You are about to experience something in the next 24 hours that will feel like a supernatural coincidence. It isn't. And the moment you finish watching this video, it's going to happen to you. It has a name. Scientists call it the Baader-Meinhof effect. And once you understand what it actually is, you'll never look at coincidence the same way again. Here's how it works. You learn something new, a word, a concept, a type of car you've never noticed before. And then suddenly, it's everywhere. You hear the word 3 times before the end of the day. You see that exact car on every street you drive down. The thing you just discovered seems to be following you, and it feels genuinely surprising, like the universe is sending you a signal. But it isn't a signal, and it isn't a coincidence. Your brain is doing something far more interesting than either of those explanations. Let's start with attention. Your brain receives about 11 million pieces of information every single second. 11 million, but your conscious mind can only process around 40 of them. 40 out of 11 million. So your brain has to make constant decisions about what to let through and what to filter out. It uses something called selective attention to do this. Think of it like a spotlight. Your brain points that spotlight at whatever it decides is important. And everything outside the spotlight gets ignored, not stored, not filed away, just gone. This is why you can drive a familiar route and arrive at your destination with no memory of the journey. Your brain decided the road wasn't important enough to let through. Now here's where it gets interesting. The moment you encounter something new, your brain updates its filter. It flags that thing as relevant. It points the spotlight directly at it. And suddenly, your brain starts letting it through every single time it appears. The car was always there. The word was always being said. You just weren't letting it through before. Now you are. And because your brain has no timestamp on when it flagged something as new, it feels like the thing itself is suddenly appearing everywhere. But it was always there. You just couldn't see it. Scientists call this selective attention, but there's a second process happening at the same time, and this one is even more powerful. It's called confirmation bias. Every time you spot the thing your brain flagged, you notice it. Every time you don't spot it, you don't register the absence. So your brain builds a one-sided record. Hit, hit, no misses. Because misses don't register, which means your brain starts to believe the thing is genuinely everywhere. Not because it is, but because it only counted the times it appeared and ignored every time it didn't. It's like flipping a coin and only writing down heads. Eventually your notes say heads every single time, and you conclude the coin only lands on heads. The coin is perfectly normal. Your notes are the problem. This is exactly what your brain does with the Baader-Meinhof effect. It keeps score on one side only, and then it convinces you the score means something. Now here's where this gets really fascinating. Researchers have found that the Baader-Meinhof effect is strongest immediately after learning something emotionally significant. The more the new information means to you, the stronger the spotlight your brain puts on it. If you just bought a new car, the effect is overwhelming. If you just read about a topic that concerns you, you'll start noticing it referenced everywhere. If you just heard a name you've never heard before, you'll hear it 3 more times this week. Your brain doesn't treat all new information equally. The things that matter to you get the brightest spotlight, and the brighter the spotlight, the more impossible the coincidences feel. There's a study that demonstrates this perfectly. Researchers gave participants a list of rare words they had never encountered before. Just reading the list once was enough. Within 48 hours, participants reported hearing and seeing those words in conversations, articles, and books at a rate that felt impossible. But it wasn't impossible at all. The words had always been there. The participants had just never had a reason to let them through before. One exposure, days of effect. That's how sensitive your brain's filter system actually is. Now think about what this means for your daily life. Every time you research something, your brain flags it. Every time someone recommends something to you, your brain flags it. Every conversation, every article, every video you watch, all of it is constantly updating your brain's spotlight settings, and you have almost no awareness that it's happening. You just start noticing things, and it feels like the world is responding to you, like the universe heard what you were thinking about and decided to reflect it back. But the universe didn't change. Your filter did. And here's the part that should genuinely change how you make decisions. If your brain only counts the hits and ignores the misses, then every pattern you've ever noticed in your life needs a second look. The friend who always calls when you're thinking about them. The lucky number that keeps appearing. The feeling that things happen in threes. These aren't patterns in the world. They're patterns in your filter. Your brain found something it decided was significant. It started counting every time it appeared, and it stopped counting every time it didn't. The pattern feels real because your brain made it real, not by changing the world, by changing what it chose to see. So the next time something feels like a sign, ask yourself one question. Am I seeing this more often, or am I just noticing it more? The answer is almost always the second one, and your brain already knew that. It just didn't tell you. Have you ever experienced this? Something you just discovered that suddenly started appearing everywhere? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe to Whisper Files for more things your brain never told you.